everybody, it's Catherine from Jayne Catherine on Books, and guess what? It's that time of year. Yes, it's March Mystery Madness TBR time, and as I've mentioned, I think last couple of videos, I'm not hosting this year because I've got quite a few appointments and various things to go to and chase up from earlier in the year, and so I didn't want to have the full commitment to the guys that always run it every year. So that is Elizabeth from Lizzie Fay Loves Books, and Troy from Troy Towel, and a host of other lovely people. So if you go and check their channel out, they will give you all the details of who is hosting again this year. There's a couple of new ones, I think, a couple of new hosts over in the States. So go and check that out. Also, go and check out the hashtag March Mystery Madness 2021. It'll, as usual, it'll be on Instagram, and also go on to Goodreads, because usually there's lots of goodness going on over on Goodreads for this challenge. So what am I going to be doing? Well, I've got today, I'm just going to give you a few choices, physical books that I want to try and get through in March. I've got quite a few on my Kindle, so this will be like part one, TBR part one. So there will be other choices that I'm thinking of on my Kindle. As I say, I want to try and get through all the books that I have got on my Kindle. I won't get through all of them, there's too many. And as usual, we will have our Nelson Recommends. So Nelson, our cockapoo, he usually does some sort of pet mystery recommendations in the month of March, just to bring the changes a little bit and bring out a few little fun stories for us. So yeah, that's a good lineup coming up. So let's have a look. What have I chosen? Well, the first one, I've not read this at all, The Hidden Wife. And this is by Amanda Reynolds. Now, I got this, and it must be last year, I think I did my family. I did a family of books, and it was anything that had got wife, husband, sister, boy, girl, children, babies, that sort of thing, that family. And there's still quite a few I've not read, and this is one of them. So this is a bit of a psychological thriller, I think, and it's about Julia Blake, and everything suggests that she's walked out and left her husband. She's gone missing, but she's got such a wonderful life, so it seems on the outside. She's got this wonderful life. She's got a quite well off, and she's got this country estate that they go to celebrate their anniversary, and yeah, she disappears, and then everybody just thinks, well, why would she leave him? Oh dear, poor lad, and everybody's feeling sorry for the husband. But then a while later, Seren, a reporter for the local paper, gets an exclusive interview with the husband. And so she spends a little bit of time there for this interview and finding out all sorts about their lives. And the husband's a famous author, so she thinks she's landed herself a really good job there. But things start to look a bit suspicious, and she starts to wonder, has Julia really left her husband, or has he done her in? Well, I reckon he's done her in. So yeah, more to that than seems on the outset. Next, another one that I've not got to, but it's one of my favourite authors, Do Not Disturb, by Claire Douglas. And I don't know why I've not got to this one. I usually read hers pretty quickly, but as you know, it's sort of this time last year, when we first started with the lockdown, my reading went downhill fast. So I'm trying to play catch up now. It says, could your dream home be your worst nightmare? So Kirsty needs a fresh start, and she goes and runs this guest house in the Welsh mountains. So she's really excited about that. It's a fresh start, and it's a beautiful location. But then there's something a bit strange about a first guest that arrives, and 17 years ago since she saw this first guest, turns out to be somebody she knows from 17 years ago, and they didn't part on good terms. So why she suddenly decided to come back into Kirsty's life? Is that another Kirsty? No, it was Julia, wasn't it? Don't know why I was thinking there was two Kirstys. And yeah, there's something not quite right, and usually there's some lovely twists and turns. What's this that's in the book? Oh, it's an old thing from Penguin Random House thanking me for my review. Don't know what book that came with. Anyway, it looks a bit creepy. Looks like a really good mystery. Then, oh, this is a bit chunky. This is the third in the Chocolat series by Joanne Harris, and I've read 1 and 2. Love them. And book 3, why haven't I read it? Well, probably because it seems thick. 540 pages. That's going into, you know, sometimes they put the next book in. 531. So if you are au fait with Joanne Harris's Chocolat series, I mean, the third book, One Chocolat, has been made into a film, I believe, although I've not seen it. And it's about Vianne Rocher, and she lives in quite a nice backwater in France called Lansquenet. And in book 1 you get to know her story, and she's got a young daughter, and you know, there's a bit of a mystery going on in the village. Book 2, she moves away from there to Paris, and in Paris she sets up a bakery. I think it's a bakery, and all sorts of strange things happen there. And then now in book 3 she receives a letter that takes her back to Lansquenet, and she goes, it's 8 years since she was last there, and it's different now. There's a new, right, okay, there's a lot of new incomers there, as they call them, incomers, and you can imagine them treating them like that as well, because one thing you'll learn from book 1 is it's a very insular place, and everybody has its place, and they don't like, you know, incomers. So there's a lot of new people that have moved in, and Father Reynard is still there. Reynard, he's still there, and he's a bit of a baddie, I think. He's a bit of a, I don't know, there's something a bit strange about him. And he's under threat, so the shoe's on the other foot, and I think he's hoping that Vianne is going to save the day. But whether she does or not is another thing. So I really need to get to this, don't I, guys? I need to get to it. It's my favourite series out of Joanne Harris. They're all toppling over. So the last couple are by another favourite author of mine, Kate Hamer. So this is The Doll Funeral. I read this a long time ago for NetGalley, I believe. I did a review on it. Loved it. Really good mystery, but I can't remember it, and it's one of those, not very often I will reread a mystery, but this and the next one I'm going to introduce, I want to reread both of them this March, because it's a few years since I read them and I can't remember them, and I do remember that they were excellent and so good, so I think you ought to check them out. So with The Doll Funeral, it says, my name is Ruby. I live with Barbara and Mick. They're not my real parents, but they tell me what to do and what to say. But there are things I won't say. I won't tell them. I'm going to hunt for my real parents. I don't say a word about Shadow, who sits on the stairs, or the wasp lady I saw, or that I'm a hunter for lost souls. I'm going to be with my real family. and I won't let anyone else stop me. And it's like that all the way through. If I recall, it's very gripping and you really want to know Ruby's story. So a reread for me there. And then also this is by Kate Hamer, The Girl in the Red Coat. And this was her debut, and I mean, for her debut this was excellent, excellent. I read this when it first came out. Let me have a look what year it did come out, because time flies, doesn't it? 2015, you can't believe 2015. So that's 6 years ago I read this. Yeah, goodness me. So this is another fantastic mystery. We've got an advert in the newspaper. It says, missing Carmel Wakeford, 8-year-old girl last seen wearing a red coat. Carmel Wakeford becomes separated from her mother at a local children's festival. I mean, goodness me, you know, you hold on to the children and one way or another they manage to break free, don't they, the little devils. And is found by a man who claims to be her estranged grandfather. He tells her that her mother has had an accident and that she is to live with him for now. As days become weeks with her new family, Carmel realises that this man believes she has a special gift, that she is potentially a saviour. While her mother desperately tries to find her, Carmel is sent to on an extraordinary journey, one that will make her question who she is and who she might become. So, yes, definitely a really interesting mystery there. So that is how many have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books. So that's a choice of 5 books that I've just taken off my shelves. And as I say, there'll be more to come as the month goes on. So let me know what you've got in mind for March Mystery Madness. As always, I will be donating to... oh, my mind's gone blank. Macmillan. I always know it is, those of you who've been with me a while, it is 3 years tomorrow on the 1st of March that my mum passed away. And so in her memory, however many books I read in the month of March, so I try to read as many as I can, I donate £1 to the Macmillan Trust here in the UK because their services were invaluable when we were looking after my mum. And yeah, I always like to put a bit of something back. So thank you for joining me, and it's exciting, guys. We always love March Mystery Madness, don't we? Stay safe out there, and I'll see you again next video. Bye for now.